Hello, it's 1954, and I'm going to be reading from my mother's diary for December 1954. She's 44 years old, has three young girls. I will be 9 in this reading. And I have a sister 17 months younger and one almost 3 years older. Two brothers, one Howard is the oldest, and his wife is named Minnie, Minnie, and my other brother is John, and his wife is Lillian, and they are currently in France as he's in the Army. So I'm going to pick up and read a little bit and hope I can make out the words. It gets a little hard sometimes. Dear Diary, today Howard and Minnie came after me. We went and got Aunt Della and went to town. We got material to make Mama a suit. I saw Santa Claus for the girls. She doesn't say what she got us. Minnie and painted a little today. Charlie got his windows in. Now, the painting in the windows is talking about the grocery store that Daddy's enclosing on our front porch. And I'll say this, he grew up in a grocery store. His daddy had a store. So I'm sure this was a dream of his for a long, long time. And he's making it happen. December the 2nd. Dear Diary, today was a pretty day. I done a big washing. We went to a play at church tonight by the GAs. Dear Diary, today I cleaned house and ironed some. It was clear and cold. December the 4th. Dear Diary, today has been clearer and warmer. I went to Hughes Clement's funeral at Antioch. Howard, Minnie, Ruth, and girls come tonight. December the 5th. Dear Diary, we woke up and it was raining this morning. The girls went to Sunday school. Been pouring rain all day. December the 6th. Dear Diary, today has been clearer and cooler. Mr. and Mrs. Johnson came a while tonight. Charlie worked on his shelves, put up a few things, too cold to do much. So Daddy's putting shelves in his little store, and they're working out there some. December the 7th. Dear Diary, today has been real cold. Howard and Minnie came. We marked prices on most of Charlie's groceries. Had several customers put up the heater. So he's just barely got the porch closed in and put shelves up and already getting customers. We lived out in a country area, and the only little store on our road was just almost next door, but he hardly had anything. He kept ice cream box, but he didn't keep much groceries. So this was going to be a big little boost for the neighborhood to have a little place they could come and get a few groceries. December the 8th. Dear Diary, today cloudy and cold. Howard and Minnie came tonight. Dear Diary, today Minnie and I done a big washing, not too cold. December the 10th. Today I ironed my kitchen curtains. Been cloudy and cold. December the 11th. Today the girls and I went to town with Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. Done some Christmas shopping. I saw Amy McDonald on the street. December the 12th. Dear Diary, Betty and I went to church this morning. Mrs. Bradley, Sonny, and his wife came this evening. Reba and girls came tonight. Now, talk about in other diaries, we got a lot of visitors back then. People just don't visit with each other like they did back in these days. Of course, this was 71 years ago. Now, some of the neighbors real close, the Johnsons and the Reba and the Charleses and the Quinn, they were in walking distance. So a lot of these people they had to drive to come see us, and they made that effort too. December the 13th. Dear Diary, I have cleaned house all day, Getting ready for the GAs to meet here tomorrow. I went to Mrs. Johnson's a while tonight. Now, I talked in my November reading about us girls attending GA meetings at other people's house, and I mentioned that Mama hosted us at one time, but I couldn't remember what month, so it was December 1954. Now, she may have done it other times too, but I remembered reading about her getting ready for us. Dear Diary, today is cold and cloudy. Minnie came. We baked 2 cakes, green and red layers, with green icing. The GAs. Met, they had a good time. We served cake and Cokes, that's Coca-Colas. Charlie put gravel on our driveway today, so that's in front of our house. It was just green grass, and he's made a circular driveway in front of the porch and parking for the customers, so he's had them put gravel on it. December the 15th. Dear Diary, it is just 10 days to Christmas. I have got to mail some cards tomorrow. Wanda is out of school today. December the 16th. Dear Diary, today was a little warmer. Minnie Ruth came. She had and done our washing. 17th. Dear Diary, I have been ironing, cold and rainy. I went to Mrs. Johnson's to watch Search for Tomorrow and Guiding Light. Now, gosh, I remember those soap operas, I guess what you call them, but and I remember her watching them, but she's gone next door to Mrs. Johnson's to watch with her. So that was fun, and I know my Aunt Beulah liked to watch those too, and when they'd get together, they'd talk about those shows. December the 18th, Dear Diary, today we helped Elmer Bradley. He is a good child. I washed all of our hair this morning. Went to Mrs. Johnson's tonight. Howard came. December the 19th. Dear Diary, it has been snowing about all day. The girls and I went to church and to Mrs. Richards. Saw Pearl Welch and family. Went and Lois, Reba and girls, HD and Minnie came late this evening. Today was Charlie and my 28th anniversary. Their 28th wedding anniversary. Now, they got married at the judge's house, standing outside the judge's house in Waleska, Georgia. So that was 28 years ago from 1954. She was 16 years old. December the 20th. Dear Diary, was real cold. Reba and I went to town on the bus. I finished my Christmas shopping. Saw Maggie and Mrs. Williamson. Frances came tonight. Her baby sure is growing. Now, I don't remember a bus that you could take into town, but apparently there was at one time. December the 21st, Dear Diary, today I have been cleaning up for Christmas. We put up our Christmas tree. Howard and Minnie came. Now, back then, our Christmas tree was like a little cedar tree that we'd cut down in the fields around the house, and had very simple decorations, maybe some tinsel. Later on, I know we had lights, but at this time, I don't know if we had lights on the tree or not. And just some simple ornaments, nothing fancy, but gosh, we kids loved it, and Mom and Daddy put us a tree up every year. December 22nd, Dear Diary, the children went to the Christmas tree at school. Betty got a paint set. Wanda a dresser set. Elaine a necklace. Gosh, I wonder if me getting a little paint set started my little want to be an artist and trying to do watercolors, which I've shared some in my short videos. I never could do it, but I showed some of my better ones in my tour of my house in a longer video. But anyway, Elaine got a necklace, Wanda got a dresser set, and I got a paint set. December the 23rd. Dear Diary, today I washed and went to Mrs. Johnson's. 24th. Now this is Christmas Eve. Dear Diary, today I baked 3 cakes and cleaned house. Went to the Christmas play at Antioch Church. Mr. and Mrs. Johnson and Reba went with us. We had a good time. That was Christmas Eve. Now later on Christmas Eve, we start having our her and our family dinners and opening gifts, because as my sister-in-law's families would have theirs on Christmas Day, and so we would have ours on Christmas Eve so everybody could go to each other's families. December the 25th, this is Christmas Day. Dear Diary, today we got up early. HD and Minnie came. We opened our gifts. Then went home with them, saw Aunt Della, came home, cooked dinner, had chicken, beans, potatoes, and cakes. Now that was a good deal and typical for our dinners. And it's funny that she mentions exactly what they had, and it's Christmas Day. December the 26th, Dear Diary, today Went and Lois came. We all went to Mama's, Aunt Della, HD and Minnie, Cleo, John, Louis, Willie, Hazel, Beulah, and families. We had a real good time. Now, I mentioned in some earlier videos, my mother was one of 10 children, and she has one twin sister, Beulah, but everybody in the family would gather at my grandmother's house in Ellijay, Georgia, on special occasions, and just any time we could get away to get over there, we would. But she's talking about all of the people there, so I eventually had 35 cousins, so you can imagine what a big day that was. And everybody would bring food. Nobody expected Grandma to cook everything, so people would bring food, and we'd all share and just have a really good time. And us kids would just, I guess, run everybody crazy, but we enjoyed it. December the 27th. Dear Diary, Reba and I went to town this morning, got us a dress, exchanged a shirt I got for Howard. Hope he will like it. I have been working hard this evening. Everything was a mess. Today was Betty Sue's 9th birthday. That's me. Dear Diary, today has been cloudy and warm. Mrs. Johnson and Juanita came. December the 29th, Dear Diary, we cleaned house. I laid around in the afternoon. Willie, Charles, and children came. They went to town. We kept the children. Willie and Charles had 2 boys, and they were a little bit younger than me. December the 30th. Dear Diary, we all had a good time. Willie and Charles, Maud, and I went to Howard's a while, came back, and they went home. Mrs. Jones came with Maud over here this morning. And this is going to be the last day I read from 1954, December the 31st. Dear Diary, today Elaine and I ironed up all our clothes, went to see Mrs. Charles. She is having a time with her ear. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is my mother's little diary. She kept for part of 1954 and 1955. Later on, I'll start reading a month at a time of 1955, and I hope you'd enjoyed it. Her life wasn't fancy. We had hardly anything as a child, but we were well cared for, never hungry, always taken care of, always provided for by my daddy, and he worked hard, whatever he had to do to take care of us. And my mother, she continuously was doing washing and ironing, and that was a old wringer top washer, and you had to hang the clothes out on the line, and you had to iron just about everything. And we never went dirty, we never went hungry. We were well taken care of, and I just pray kids today have as good a parents as we had. So I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to reach over here and turn off this phone. Have a good one.